Well, good morning, everybody. You have Travels with Dottie here, and Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah. It's what's going on here? The camera's got a mind of its own this morning. Don't know quite what to make of it, um, but it's showing recording and everything. It's just not getting out in front of me for some reason. How about we do this and trick it? There we go. But I'm thinking about Christmases past. And there's one in particular from childhood. I was going to tell you about the most vivid childhood Christmas I had. Um, I'm going to guess I was probably about 8 or 9 years old. It's hard to really pin down the exact year, but we were in the house in Pittsford, New York, which is a suburb of Rochester, and it was the address was 136 South Main Street, Pittsford, New York, 14534. I still remember my old childhood address and zip code. Um, and I love that house, still do. And it was a Christmas where we had a lot of snow. That was not infrequent in Rochester, but it was very snowing. And I remember being completely overwhelmed with the both the amount and the quality of the presents I received that morning. I was in awe there, and I wish I could remember all of them, and I can't. I can remember the big one was I was very into Matchbox cars, Matchbox vehicles, and um, one of the gifts was, I thought it was so elaborate at the time, but it was plastic. It was like a suitcase that opens up, and there's a whole city that you could put your cars in. And I was blown away. I didn't know anything like that ever existed. And I was just over the moon. Um, and the other thing I remember is, I can't remember the other presents, but I remember in the afternoon taking everything up to my room and seeing this enormous stack of presents that I loved. And I think that that's the first instance of real gratitude I can remember feeling when I was a kid. I was just overwhelmed. I hope I thanked everyone. I hope I did. It was pretty amazing. Um, we had our traditions that many other people had celebrating Christmas. One was, and my sisters, if they watch this, will correct me, but I believe the tree went up a couple of weeks before Christmas with the lights on, but the ornaments didn't get trimmed with the ornaments until Christmas Eve. I think that's the way I remember it. And there was this one ornament in particular that fascinated me as a kid, and I wish I kept one. Um, it was called Bird in a Cage, and it was if you could picture like a clear plastic cylinder about yay high with trim on the top and the bottom, and in the center of the cylinder was a silver colored propeller. And the idea was that you would hang this over one of the lights on the trees. And back in those days, they weren't LED, so those lights gave off quite a bit of heat. And that heat would cause that propeller to rotate, hence Bird in the Cage. I love those. I think they were from the 50s, because we're talking, the Christmas I'm talking about is probably 68, and they looked old then, well worn. And we each had our special ornament that had our name on it. And I can't remember what mine looked like, but I was always excited to see mine. And I remember the ornaments were in a red cardboard box. I remember that. Um, and Christmas Eve, my dad would read the Christmas story from the Bible, and he would also read "'Twas the Night Before Christmas." That was a tradition as well. Now, if I'm going to give a number 2 slot, it would have to be any one of the Christmases I got to spend with nieces and nephews. I mean, when you get older and you get the pleasure of re-experiencing those amazing times with little kids, and you get to be part of their magic. That is that's incredible. One that really stands out is my nephews Jesse and Sean, who are like 40 now. They were little tiny, pretty small kids, and I went to visit their family for Christmas in Idaho. Did that a couple of times, but there was just one in particular where it was just a really magical Christmas. Their mother and I went around trying to secretly shop for toys and stuff for them. And then after they went to bed, there was something that happened where I can't remember that, like they could see or something. So Valerie, their mother, was throwing me presents from the second story outside and I was catching them. I don't remember the circumstances, but I remember that part. And I just remember the utter joy those two boys had. The utter joy they had opening those presents and being so excited. I can't remember. I'm good. If it wasn't this Christmas, I'm going to make it this Christmas to make the story sweeter. But I had a dog, not this one, another one years ago, an Australian Shepherd named Collar. And there was one, I think it was this Christmas, I brought Collar with me. And let's see, well, how do I describe this? The main floor of the house was like, you could walk a big circle coming from the living room down one hallway to the kitchen, then an opposite hallway, you end up back in the living room. We were all in the living room. There was a turkey on the counter cooling. And just like a Christmas story, we heard this huge noise, bam, bam. And we all go running down the same hallway together. And we find the turkey on the floor and no one's there. But we notice Collar is running into the kitchen behind us. And we quickly figured out that Collar had pulled the turkey off and had gone down the opposite hallway and got excited when we ran and just ran in behind us. Ah, such memories. So I know it'd be a lot to ask, but if any of you have any real special memories you want to put in the comments, I'd love to read them on my next comment video. Well, anyway, today we're going to go up to Parker again to the casino for the Christmas buffet. So instead of doing like in the car again with the same friends, I'm going to just do this piece and then I'll do a few clips of the dinner. So I thought that would be nice. So make it, this is going to be a late video. You're not going to see this one until Christmas Day afternoon. I may do a special short one wishing everyone a Merry Christmas. I probably will. Well, we got a low battery now, but I wanted you to see the sunrise behind me. And that's going to be as much battery as we have. I think it's down. I just got finished saying there's plenty of battery, but I misread it. It's all 10%, which is the thing with this.
Critically low battery warning.
Now it says critically low battery warning. So it's going to stop abruptly.
Low battery. Return to home promptly.
Return to home, it says, and I'm going to return to home. Here we go. Hey, good morning, everybody. As promised, the continuation of the Christmas video. And we're on our way up to Parker, and my direct passenger needs no introduction. It's Cheryl again.
Hi, everybody. Merry Christmas.
And then Judy, who you've met many times before, is in the back. Say
Merry
hi.
Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everybody. So, no road scene on the way to Parker. You've seen that too many times. And the video today is just going to be, we're going to talk just a little bit here for just a couple minutes, then I'm going to shut it off and I'll show you, I'll do probably a scene of everybody at the table, all our friends that are going to be up there today. And then I'll do a little, I'm probably going to late this afternoon head over to the spot, take some video of their Christmas celebration, and then I'll close this video. So what time is it? It's 10 a.m. and we are on our way to Parker. And I think this is my third year in a row going to Christmas.
I think this is my 6th year in a row because
Going to Parker for the Christmas
yeah,
thing?
because I went to the spot one year.
But you really, you don't get any, I didn't eat anything this morning, thank God. So I'm a little hungry. So that's a good thing when you spend. So my ongoing joke is that it's $24.99, and I always start with gambling with $20. So it'll either be free or my buffet will be $44.99. So I would count on $44.99. But I've been pretty lucky. Last year they were all free because of the gambling, and Thanksgiving it was free. So I don't think I can maintain that record.
Thanksgiving, I put $20 in the little machine, and it ate my $20, and I said, "That's it. I'm done." I'm not a gambler.
How about you, Judy? She's not saying she's.
Judy likes to gamble. She's good at it too.
Well, she and Lisa are both
good
pretty good at it.
Yep, there goes Kathleen and Rob. I had to go dump trash.
You said Rob? Did you say
I mean
Rob?
Rob.
Yeah, I'm Rob.
Hi,
That's
Rob.
Bob.
Hi, Bob.
That's
Rob.
them. That's Kathleen and Bob, right in front of us. And her cute little toad. Why do they call it a toad?
Because you towed it.
Oh,
You towed it.
oh, okay. I thought it was TOAD.
No, it's TOW.
You're toad because
You're toad.
they use it as a noun. People, and it's toad, TOWED is not a noun. It's a past tense verb.
Yeah.
But so that's why that's
what they call it, is a toad.
well, I just learned something. Like, look at that Class A over there. Look at that. It's a bus. It's a converted bus. Look at that thing. It's enormous.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
With a towing a trailer. I bet they have some kind of business that they do towing that big trailer. Or they got a lot of stuff, one or the other.
Yeah,
What's that big thing on the roof? That huge thing sticking up.
It's a vent.
Just an open vent,
It's
maybe?
just, I think, no, that looks like, something looked like a Starlink or something.
That's amazing. I think that's Starlink. It is a Starlink. That's the commercial version, that $5,000 version.
Oh my gosh.
I think that's what that's. I'd be very interested in hearing the story behind that bus. That would be fascinating. So my prediction, I don't know if you guys agree, that this weekend people will be pouring into quartzsite like gangbusters.
Oh my gosh, it's going to be insane. So the moral of the story, what I do is I will dump my tanks and fill up with water so that I don't have to go near the water station or the dump station the week of the big tent.
Oh yeah, that's the week of the big tent is a ways off now. It's the 20th or 21st of January. But between now and then, it'll get more and more increasingly busy. And apparently somebody told me, I was going to go into town yesterday afternoon and pick up my supplies for do a dog food batch. And somebody said, Don't go. It's like there's a
It's
huge
crazy. I
line.
told you that.
That was you.
Yeah.
Huge line at the dollar store.
Yes. I
So,
had to go because I needed to buy a tire repair kit to repair my back tire on the truck that was slowly going flat from running over a screw.
well, which is Christmas Eve afternoon's the wrong time to have a problem like that, Cheryl.
Yes.
Just so you know.
Oh, I
In
knew.
case that didn't occur to you, that it was really bad
It
timing.
occurred to
Also,
me.
trying to shop at dollar store at quartzsite on Christmas Eve is probably.
That's probably a bad thing too. And Cheryl, not only to add insult to injury, she pulled into the one tire station in town,
The
and
only one.
they were closed.
And they had a nasty attitude.
While they were still there, and they said, "Nah, we're not going to help you. We're closed."
They were supposed to be open for another 25 minutes when I got there. The sign on their door said we were going to close at noon. It was 20 till 12, and they were already closed up.
And they turned you away.
And they turned me away.
And while it's a good thing you weren't with Joseph looking for a night.
Yeah.
For a place for the baby to be born. I'd have been having
It wouldn't have been here in
We would
Quartzsite.
have been having that baby out on the street.
But there's a happy ending to this story because
Yes.
you know I love positive things. And this is
Yes.
positive because there's another tire store that is not for us civilians.
Personal
They're for
vehicles.
18-wheelers, commercial purposes only. And she went there and then what did they say?
There was this really nice man in there, and he said, well, I pulled in first and I said, could I just get some air in this tire? I think it has a slow leak. And he said, sure, pull on in. And so he got to looking at it. He said, we are not supposed to work on privately owned vehicles, but he said, I will check it for you. Well, he found a screw that was in the tire, and it was definitely leaking. He sprayed it with soapy water. And he said, I'll tell you what, young lady. He said, if you'll go to the Family Dollar store and pick up a tire repair kit and come back, I will repair the tire for you. I cannot tell you how grateful I was, because the next nearest place would have been for me to drive 40 miles to Parker.
Mm-hmm.
And
maybe not find anything.
and maybe not find anything there because, there's just not a lot available.
And it turns out you got some bad advice on your tire pressure, didn't you?
I did, and that happened at a tire store in Parker. I have huge all-terrain tires on my pickup truck, and the PSI on the sidewall says 80 PSI. Well,
They're not looking. They don't even realize it. I tried revving my engine by them, but but my engine's so quiet that they didn't even see it. So they said 40, and really it should be 80.
80. And the man at the pilot station that was so kind to fix my tire said, young lady, you keep 70 pounds in here. That'll give you some leeway if the tires get warm and all. And he said they should have about 70 PSI. So he went around, not only did he repair the tire, he went around and he put air in all the tires up to 70 PSI. Now that was like a beautiful Christmas gesture.
Yeah.
So,
And you know what that reminds me of? In Pahrump, Judy, when it was you and I and Barb and, well, I'm having a senior, Lori had a flat tire on her. She had the beautiful converted cargo trailer. And we took the wheel off and went to the tire place, and it turns out they're not allowed to repair trailer tires. And I don't know why, but they're not allowed. It's just against the rules, maybe even the law. I have no idea.
I don't know.
They can do a replacement tire for you on your trailer, but they can't repair.
Yeah, I took my other trailer to a discount tire in Tennessee and had all new tires put on it. Well, all new tires. It was a single axle, so there was only 2 tires. But so I know they will do that.
But they won't. They can't. So the guy said, "I'll tell you what, just give me the tire." and he repaired it for no charge and didn't tell anyone.
See, there are good people. There are totally good people in this world.
There's probably I worked for attorneys and people will sue over anything, so they probably had somebody get a blowout after a repair, and it ruined it for everybody.
I bet
You
you
mean
you're
at the
not.
party?
I don't think you're wrong. She's saying that probably they don't do it because somebody got sued for a faulty trailer repair or something. I don't know, but the only reason to turn away the business is, like you said, Judy, for fear of liability for some reason.
Uh-huh.
So yeah, that's a couple of good Christmas stories. My positive news today was an 8-year-old boy in Yuma was at a park near his house, and he saw some older, bigger kids teasing and torturing a little kid.
Oh, no.
So he went home and got his skateboard and came back and said, "Hey, would you guys be willing to trade your kitten for my skateboard?" And they go, "Absolutely." They took his skateboard and ran off, and he grabbed the kitten and went home. And his mom checked out the kitten and said, "This kitten's in trouble, raspy breath and everything." So they took it to the Humane Society, and they said he's got a severe respiratory infection, and they treated that, and they had to take surgically remove an eye.
Oh my gosh.
But it ended up being okay, and of course the little kitten bonded with the little boy. The community got together and paid for all the medical stuff for the cat, and sent the kid to a custom shop in Yuma to get him a custom-made skateboard.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
So
that's awesome.
it had a good ending.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's got his one-eyed kitten.
Well, I did tip that man for his kindness. I just felt like it was the right thing to do because he wasn't going to take any money from me for fixing the tire.
Probably the same thing. They have a rule.
Yeah.
No,
Oh, yeah, he
no
told me.
passenger vehicles, no non-commercial vehicles.
Right.
We're an 18. Because I think I went and I asked them once, and I got a very quick no.
Yeah.
And pointing to the place across the street.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, he mentioned that place, and I told him what the situation was. I think that was partly why he was so kind to help me.
So anyway, we're gonna sign off now, and you'll see me again around the table, and you'll see who all is going to be there. See you in a minute. So I thought you might find this somewhat amusing. We're at the casino. I'm back in the parking lot in my car. It turns out we didn't really check. We assumed it was going to be the same time as it has every other time. It's not at noon, it's at 1, so we have an extra hour to wait. So that means from now 90 minutes. I immediately did my little gambling thing, and I won $20 or $21. So so I stopped right there. The buffet is going to cost me $4 plus the tip. So I did it again. I don't know, my luck's holding out, but I came out here to this is the most comfortable seat I could think of to sit in for a while. Everybody else is off kind of gambling. I don't want to gamble anymore. I don't want to lose any more money. But, I want to do what I would do at home, watch Netflix. So check this out. This is, if you haven't caught it before, this is the new kind of Radiohead that I have. And check it out. It used to be like a little tiny 4-inch screen. Now it is a 12-inch screen, and I can watch
spiciest details you've been eager to know. How much did your homes?
So I can watch my favorite YouTube videos right in the car. Really great stereo sound and a big picture sitting in the parking lot. It's getting warm. There's a little AC going in the background, and I'll see you right after this. We'll be at the table with everybody, all our friends that showed up today. Well, this is the whole gang for Christmas, as promised. I'm gonna do I'm going to do a flyby, not to show you the people, but I'm going to do a flyby to show you what they're all eating. That's what's important. There's Frugal, Deborah. Ooh, everything looks good. There's Frank. There's Cheryl. Ooh, that looks good. There's Judy and Bob. And, well, Kathleen, I'm a little disappointed. You know, you usually are a little bit more robust in the buffet department. I'm a little bummed. And then there's Lisa with a very nice, orderly plate there. And then finally we have Barb. Hello, Barb. Turn so I can see your face, please. Thank you. And there's hers. And then here is the Travels with Dottie plate. And Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas. Excellent. Excellent. Well, I sure hope everyone listening had a great Christmas like I did. You got to meet the gang, show us on the way up in my walk this morning. It's been a real special day, and I hope it was a special day for you as well. Take care. And as always, I'm grateful for your watching my videos, and I'll see you tomorrow.